my city, my city, my city.
What's up, people? It's us again, Mark. Wait, I just said Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again. What's up, people? It's us again for Take 5, Sam and Mark over here. We're glad you could join us. So today we are on into an interesting topic and want to look into the issue of the existence of God. So, Mark, let me ask you, why is the issue of God important? Why should every person, every human being, anyone watching this video perhaps, want to look into the issue of the existence of God?
I think it's really critical. When you talk about Christianity and we say we have a Christian worldview, that means that there's a belief system that's guiding us and like a lens through which we see the world. The Christian worldview best explains reality as we know it. And so the function of God is that God is the creator of the world. And that gives him particular rights, that God is the one who defines existence in terms of what is right and what is true. And so again, on the other side, it gives him the right then to come back and judge the world. Okay,
I like that. So what you're saying is, why do we live the way we live? Why do we have a set of rights and wrongs? There must have been someone outside of us,
yes,
who put that in place, and so he will put us to account,
yes,
in the end.
Yes.
Fantastic, I love that. Let me ask you, so if you hold this view that God exists, what are some of life big questions then that are answered apart from what we've mentioned?
I think when you think about humanity, biggest questions is, who am I? What am I here for? What is wrong with the world? And is there a way we can rectify what is wrong with the world? And the Christian worldview gives a comprehensive answer to these life's biggest questions. I think when we talk about who am I, and we say that we are created by God, that means that we are created by God in the image of him, and we are the crowning glory of his creation, being created last, and we are the crescendo of what he created. And that places a lot of value on us. You know, we say that value is not ascribed. Value is inherent when you imagine that God created you in his image. Talk about the question of what on earth am I here for? What am I here on earth for? I think it is answered by the fact that we are here to reflect the glory of God. Somehow when someone looks at how you are made and how you think your creative abilities, we are to bring attention to God and to glorify him in that way. And so we are not just living life purposeless, but everything that you do. And for the Christian worldview, we say you live and do everything as unto the Lord. That someone looks at what you're doing and they get a sense in which you're sort of submitted to a higher goal and a purpose in life, you know. And the question of what is wrong with the world, the Christian worldview cuts across and says sin is in the world. There is evil resident in human nature. And so when you imagine why we even put checks and balances in different entities of life, is because we realize fundamentally there's a sense of fallenness, that we have an inclination to do what is evil. We don't even rehearse. It just comes naturally. And is there something that we can do to rectify this? Again, the Christian worldview says that God sent his son to die as an atoning sacrifice for those that are sinners, and that's you and I, you know, therefore dealing precisely and squarely with the issue of evil and sin around us.
Wow, Mark. It's interesting that you've mentioned the question of what is wrong with the world, because that is usually one of the questions that has made many people wander from the faith. And refuse altogether to accept the position that there is a God that exists. I think there's something about man, and when we see something wrong, then someone has to be responsible. And so we look at God and we imagine that God is all powerful, and is all good, yet he does not stop the evil in the world. And many people use that as a reason to discount his existence altogether and say, if there is evil in the world, and then there cannot be a good powerful God around. And I want to say that is actually not true. That is not necessarily the way in which we should interpret this. Because if we interpret it like that, then value for life, I think you mentioned that, meaning for life and purpose altogether also go. Because we say, if you remove God from the equation, then you have to make do with a meaningless, purposeless, valueless existence. I want to speak to you as a viewer. I do not know where you are in these matters. If perhaps there's a reason in which you do not believe in God. Probably you look at the evil in the world, or or something happened to you, a tragedy perhaps, and you cannot reconcile the existence of a God and the thing that happened to you, or perhaps you just don't like the idea that there is someone who will keep you accountable, someone who you'll have to give an account to at the end of your life. And so that doesn't please you. You want to live life the way you want, and so you'd rather just do away with God altogether. We want to ask you to look in depth into your life. Is there a meaning? Is there a value? Is there a purpose? And do you want these things? We want to propose to you that belief in God is necessary. And Christianity best answers this question. And we want to encourage you to look into Christianity. Sam and Mark for Take 5. Peace. Take 5.
My city, my city, my city, my city.